Yay! Okay. I am so super excited to have this chat with Sophie Bretag, and I've met Sophie maybe, oh gosh, I think it hasn't even been 6 months yet. I think I met Sophie through a mutual business coach, Tori Archibald, from the Powerful Steps, and connected with Sophie. We haven't met in person, but we have just connected online. And Sophie is one of the most, oh my gosh, beautiful, vibrant, gorgeous, gorgeous women that you will ever meet. And something that sticks out for me, Sophie, and I'm going to get you to talk about this in a minute, but you walk your talk. Like, you are the queen of, I would say the queen of kindness, but the queen of authenticity. Something that has really drawn me to you is that what you are just authentically, I don't know if this is a thing, authentically real. That's probably not even a thing, but
I do love it. I'm going to adopt it.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So I could talk forever and ever about you, but I want to talk with you. And I would love, Soph, if you could just give us a snapshot of who you are and where you're at in this kind of window in life. Like, just a bit about you. So welcome. Yeah. I'm so excited. Yay. So excited. Yay.
I'm so excited too. I have literally been so pumped all morning going, yes, I'm going to be jumping on and chatting to Katherine. Like, God help the world when we actually meet in person.
I know.
Because it's just going to be rainbows and sunshine and glitter bombs and I don't know, pink.
Yes, yeah.
And orange, and it's just going to be amazing. So thank you so much for having me, Katherine, because honestly, I feel exactly the same about you. So when you were describing me, I was like, yes, that's exactly why I adore you. And I find it, what I absolutely love is that you can kind of get to know someone's vibe even through like an online forum where you know, we may not have met face to face, but I feel like, I mean, I've definitely known you in a past life, let's be honest.
I know.
You know,
I would say several, Sophie. I would say
probably
several. I've got a sense that it's not just one past life, I think.
Yeah, I feel there's definitely a connection there. And it goes beyond just an acquaintance, you know, where we've just been introduced and we've met. It was like an immediate, you're my human. Yes. You are literally my type of human. So thank you so much for having me. So I'm just as excited to be here.
Me too. And do you know what? I do actually have to say, oh shit, I forgot to set the timer, because we could talk forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And
I know, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to actually
set the timer now. Do it now.
So cool. Ready, set, go.
Put us on make it time bound, and then you'll be like, ding ding, round 20.
Yeah.
All right, so you asked me a question, so I will get on with that so that we can actually just stop giggling.
Actually, before we actually get into that, because I do want to know about just where you're at in life. But you said about that connection, that instant connection. Does that happen for you lots? Like, there are certain people in my life that there is that, it's almost a knowing.
Yes.
I just get you get me. And I think you mentioned it about that vibe.
Yes, it is. And it's, I get it. So I will get it both ways. So I will get it immediately with someone that I connect with.
Yeah.
And it's a know a lot. In fact, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's a deep-seated core knowing that you see me for me, I see you for you. We accept who we are. I know I'm full body goosebumps.
Yeah, I'm goosebumped. Yeah.
We fully accept who we are as humans, but we also, actually, it's interesting you mentioned Tori, that we met through Tori, because when I chatted to her, it was around energy.
Yes.
And who I choose to be around, and it's the people who lift my vibration and my energy. So when I meet people who I connect with, I feel excited, I feel joyful, I feel happy, I feel energized, I feel like I can't get enough of them. And it's not in a I want to drag it from them. It's just it's this knowing that they're my human and we speak the same language, the same energetic language as much as verbal. So yes, I do get it. It's very rare that I have a very quick, deep connection with somebody. Because obviously I'm very picky about who I give my energy to. And so I know straight away if the person is my human or not. But I also know straight away if they're not my human. But it doesn't mean that I don't interact with them. Still. I just don't have the feeling I have like with you.
Do you know what I love, Sophie, that you're talking about that, the energy, because I'm 100% the same. And it's about, I love being in people's energy, that high vibe energy. I love being in the space. And I think that really sums up why I'm doing this podcast, the Happiness Hive podcast, because the women who I'm chatting with, I love being in their space, and I just want to soak up and share with our listeners what is the magic that makes them who they are, because I know that being around the women fill my cup, and like you were saying, that energized feeling, I want to be able to sprinkle that. And we talked before we started recording about the magic and just sprinkling, magic. I think both you and I, we're sprinkly, like sparkly, glittery.
Sprinkly humans.
Yes. And yes. And I don't know about you, but I have found, I haven't always accepted that. I haven't always known that.
No.
But I've also felt that it hasn't been okay to be that.
Yes.
Or to share that. Do you feel that?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I feel that. Oh, I feel that so wholeheartedly that it's actually a physical reaction to that.
Yes.
Because you feel that perhaps if you show up as, like me, a rainbow of colors. Loud. I laugh loud. I feel like I'm hilarious. Some other people probably might not think I am. My family might have other ideas, but I find life joyful. And so when you show up fully and wholly as yourself, there is this fear of, I need to dim my light a little bit because I'm so afraid of being too much.
Oh my God.
That it's going to make other people uncomfortable, or people aren't going to like me, or they're not going to resonate with me. They're not going to understand me. And so you almost feel like, for my life, maybe for you as well, now we're on this topic, when you are a vibrant kind of personality and you are very much a spiritual person as well, everyone jokes about the woo-woo and, bringing that into our lives, and it's a little bit weird and, left of field. To then embrace that and be that in everything that you do and turn up in that space wholly as you, it can be super scary. Scary.
God, do you know what? When you said you think you've known me in a past lifetime, I think we've been the same person in a past, because what you just described, maybe. But what you described there, I can so resonate with, that it's about that feeling of needing to dull my sparkle to allow others to shine. And it has taken me a long time to feel comfortable with that. I don't know if you can see that. I'll describe this to the listeners, but I'm wearing, these are new sparkly, they're sparkly tracksuit pants. They're sequin
I'm obsessed with them.
Pants.
I'm obsessed.
And I would not have, do you know what, to me that represents almost that it's okay to own and be who I am, and not to hide that part of me. That's not the only part of me, but it's a part that I kept,
but it's a beautiful part.
Yeah, it's a part that I have kept very hidden for a whole variety of reasons, but it's now stepping into that, you know what, baby, this is about really embracing who I am. And that's, I think, what I absolutely know, that you embrace who you are. Like you own who you are, Sophie.
Now I do.
Yeah. So what's your journey?
It's been
to
a
get
journey.
Here? Yeah, what is the journey?
Yeah.
What is the journey?
Yeah. Lots of twists and turns.
Yeah.
Lots of self-doubt.
Yeah.
A mental health or a mental illness that I've got. So I've got high functioning anxiety.
Yeah.
So working through all the things that come with that, being a high achiever, not wanting to win, wanting to succeed, but not wanting to be different and stand out while I do that. So it's been a journey for sure. And I think it probably started probably not long after I had my second baby, my second son, because I completely I felt like I didn't know who I was. I didn't feel like I was living an authentic life. I felt like I was wearing black all the time, and I literally do not have black. Like, I don't have any black in my wardrobe. Oh, I have one. I have a black leather jacket, maybe a black pair of jeans. That's it. Excuse my dog in the background barking.
That's okay. I love dogs. Love dogs.
And she might just stand there and bark though.
That's okay.
All right. Sorry. She's 16 and can't hear anything, so she won't even hear if I go. Actually, can I just go and let her in?
Yeah, sure. I'm just going to.
Do you want to stop the recording for a minute?
I will pause it.
Recording again.
Cool. So Sophie's dog's in and snuggled up with Grandma. So So you were sharing about. You know what? You were sharing about the journey, and the thing I just really wanted to just tap into when you described yourself as I felt black. I've described myself before as feeling, and sorry to all the beige lovers out there, but as being really beige. And it's interesting colour, and colour's kind of important to us. So anyway, back to you about your journey.
But it is. Do you know what though? Because I see and feel in colour. So it's really interesting that you mentioned you felt beige. I felt black, grey, meh. I felt like I was not living an authentic life. I didn't know what that authentic life looked like, felt like. I just knew that I wasn't living it.
Yes.
I wasn't being it. I wasn't breathing it. I wasn't embracing it, whatever that was. Yeah. And I didn't know at that time. And so it really started, and it's super random because I had never spent much money on myself in regards to fashion. So I'm an op shopper. I love op shopping. Yeah. I love buying things that other people don't have, which I suppose comes down to being, the individual, owning my own space, a bit like you. Yeah. And so I did a fashion course, which wasn't just a fashion course. It was actually more around your body shape, your face shape, the right, lengths for necklaces, the right colors for your color type. And I got diagnosed as a vibrant, and I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I used to be a stylist. I used to do that. I used to do that stuff.
Well,
I did that in another life.
So I love that, and that's why you're so styling all the time. Wow. That's why you always look amazing. Oh. So I think that if you think nothing's ever random, and so you will always be given the right path at the right time to discover what you need when you're ready and when you're open to it. And so at that time, I had no idea who I was. Being diagnosed as this, I can wear all the colours of the rainbow, I went, yes. But the process to actually start wearing it, living it, breathing it, being it, took probably, I reckon, 2 years of I'm going to throw a splash of this colour in, I'm going to throw a splash of that colour in, I'm going to, and now, it can be like, pink nails, orange hair, yellow top, like there is no, I'm checking updates. The process, I think the process of finding yourself or refinding yourself or oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Can you just press pause on that? I'm going to try and get rid of this. Nothing's ever linear. Oh.
Sorry, so just to go back, we had just a little bit of a tech issue there. So talking about the process of finding yourself, and you said that nothing's ever linear, that
No, it's not. It's not. And I think that we expect to, and I think we're brought up this way, to be honest, to, you're on a journey, you're born, you learn, you go to school, you do a trade, you do uni, you get a job, get married, whatever. You have that very linear way of living our life as the acceptable way of living it. But life's not linear at all.
No.
And so, what I've learned through the process of, and it sounds so simple to say, I found color in my life.
Oh, I have goosebumps all over me. Yeah.
But I found through a process of following the breadcrumbs, meeting the right people at the right time, it's taken me on a journey that has been completely life-changing. Like if I showed you a picture of me, I don't know, even maybe 5 years ago, you wouldn't even recognize who I am today.
Wow.
And yet I'm living my most authentic life now. And I feel like it's interesting, and I feel this deeply. I feel more now than ever that I fit in by not fitting in.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm leading the way for other people to not fit in and be comfortable to not fit in.
Yeah.
And still live authentically and be who they are.
Oh, Sophie, and I just want to almost just take a little pause there, because to me that is so powerful, and I know why we're in that same tribe together.
Yeah.
And what I've heard you saying is that colour was the catalyst.
Yeah.
But if you listen, and I would encourage the listeners to even go back through and listen to what Sophie was saying, that the process of finding colour in her life, so coming from this life of what was expected to actually adding that colour, but doing it your way. And for me, that is the crux of life, is about owning who we are and not living life on other people's terms, but living life on our terms and accepting all the parts of us and allowing ourselves. Do you know what, for me, it's about being comfortable and confident to be who we are, regardless of whoever that is, whoever we choose.
Yes.
And that just brings so much joy to I could cry right now,
it.
Sophie, because that just brings...
Because I can feel that. I can feel your energy. Like it is a beautiful way to connect with people, because it's this acceptance of not only ourselves, but acceptance of other people.
Yeah.
And it may not be easy to accept the things that we don't like about ourselves. It's not easy to accept the things we don't like about other people. But we can work on doing it incrementally, and you don't have to like everybody. And you also are never going to like everything about yourself. Like there are things about me that I go, seriously, but the majority, the majority of things I love. And I can genuinely say that now.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just like talking to, do you know what I'm finding really beautiful here, Sophie, is that you're articulating some things that I feel, and it's beautiful to hear that mirrored back, because I've had a journey of not liking who I've been, and it's taken a very long time for me to actually say, you know what, I actually really, really like who I am, and I really love who I am. I would not have even been able to say that, I don't think. Look, I couldn't even put a time mark on it when you're talking about linear, but there's certainly, it's been in my recent years. I'm coming into, I reckon, the best years, like a good bottle of wine. Yeah.
Isn't it interesting? The next phase. And I think, when we talk about life not being linear, because as you know, I'm super passionate about living mindfully, living in the moment.
Yes.
Mental health, being comfortable to be in the moment, even if those moments are super uncomfortable.
Oh, yes. And do you know what, that's, I think, where a lot of people stop. They go, you know what, this is not comfortable. I'm going back to where I was. And my kind of encouragement for them is to have the courage to keep moving forward, because you're right.
Yes.
It's not always comfortable. Change is not always
It's
comfortable.
not. And you know what? Change can be bloody hard.
Yeah, I know.
Like, let's not beat around the bush. Like, change is
yeah.
change. And I was about to drop the F-bomb there, but I won't do that to your listeners just yet. But, you know, it is hard.
Yeah.
And it takes practice, and it takes consistency, and you don't get it right all the time. And you have to accept that you're not going to be perfect. You have to accept that you're going to make mistakes. But you know what's been a game changer about that is when I'm practicing, I practice with people who I know who are fully supportive of who I am as a human.
Yeah.
They have my back. They energetically align with me.
Yeah.
And so it's safe for me to be uncomfortable or safer.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Do you know, there's so many little pearls of wisdom in what you're saying there about the practicality of moving forward. I'm going to change tact a little bit. You've got this amazing thing that's happening at the moment, that you have the exciting news about Insight Timer. Did you want to share? Like, it might be worth, like, people, I'll have Sophie's details so you can find out more about her as well. But do you want to share about what's happening? Because I think that's like, when you put that post up the other day, your energy just reached through my computer and jumped and swamped my body with sparkles. So tell me what's happening?
Yes. Insight time. Like, how does one even verbalize the feeling of having something so perfectly aligned with who you are at your core level, and yet through the process? So I'm now an official meditation teacher on Insight Timer.
Oh, and that's an app. So that's an app for the listeners.
Actually, it's a free app. Free app. Yeah, so people can download it. There's I think 19 million subscribers. So this is what absolutely freaked me out. Because it's the #1 free app in the world for stress, anxiety, and well-being.
Oh my gosh.
And so when I actually had someone from Insight Timer contact me last August, and I thought it was a spam email. You know how you get things? And I was like, and I was like, nah, someone from Insight Timer is not going to be messaging me. What are they like? Anyway, so I Googled the person. I'm like, they're a real human. So I reckon we can probably go with this. Set up a meeting with them. We did a Zoom call, fell in love with her. She's another one of my humans. We were sitting on the computer going, oh no, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you more. No. It was like this amazing connection. And she said to me, Soph, we really want you as a teacher. And I went, I didn't have any words. And it took me 9 months. So it's almost like creating a baby.
Giving birth.
You know, if we talk of the duration, it was. I feel like it has now, you know, birthed this new phase of my life. It's not just part of my career, it's my life, because it's my passion. Is to share kindness and mindfulness in the world, but also to help mental health. And create mentally healthy workplaces, or more mentally healthy workplaces. So this app is free to download. It's got over 100,000 free meditations and all sorts of tracks. And we go to sleep to it every night. The kids go to sleep to it. The kids meditate to it. Not to me. They weren't interested in listening to me. I was quite offended.
Funny that, isn't it?
They were like, why are you on there, Mum?
Our closest.
There was no joy there. But it's a great app. And I think when something amazing happens, sometimes when you are not used to, and you in the past have some stories around shining, around showing up, around being seen, being judged, you know, am I good enough? That imposter syndrome comes through. So it took me 9 months to work through the process emotionally.
What did you do? What were some of the things? Are there a couple of things that you can think about Because I know it would have been an evolving process, but are there a few things that sort of stand out for you that you did?
Yeah. So I made sure that I began stepping into actually a more authentic life. So I began showing up even more online.
Yeah.
I began interacting with people more in that space. So more in the well-being, mental health space. And then I started to be kinder with myself. And then I, because I thought, why would somebody ask somebody to do something if they weren't genuinely interested in what they had to offer? And it was actually my husband as well who kept saying to me, if you need to do this, have you done it? And I'm like, no, but what if nobody listens to me? And he said, who cares?
Yeah.
He goes, what does it matter? Because he's so logical. So we are polar opposites.
That's funny in itself as well, isn't it?
I know. Yes. Yeah, like if you looked at two humans that could be like more different, you wouldn't probably find a couple. Like he is logical. He's a police officer, so he's very analytical. He's very like he can be quite gruff. Yeah. I'm, all of what I am. Yeah. But it works really well because he grounds me, and then
that complementing.
It is, and we accept each other's differences too. So I think in that helps. But so the process was a lot of self-discovery, a lot of time sitting and meditating on it, and really working through the uncomfortable feelings of showing up, of being seen, of the fear of failure.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yes. Yeah.
What if I put it out and nobody listens? What if I put it out and nobody likes it? What if people judge me?
Yeah.
What if my voice sounds really weird? I mean, who likes listening to themselves back anyway?
No.
What if it's not good enough? There was all of that I had to sit with.
Yeah.
It was a process.
Do you know what, Sophie? Like a lot of the women that I interact with and work with, that, that self-doubt, that imposter syndrome, being, that fear of failure. The thing I love, like there's so much that I loved what you were saying there, but you were started to be kinder to yourself. Like you're the kindness queen. You're a beautiful, kind, gorgeous, gorgeous soul.
Thank you.
But I really loved hearing that you were kinder to yourself, because we can be our own worst critics, that we're putting pressure on ourselves to be this unrealistic fucking whatever that we create, robot. And that's not, and I love that you were saying that you really went within. One of my biggest, I think it's my overarching life motto, is to be the change that you want to see in the world.
Oh, I love that. That's one of my hashtags I use on every single post, because I truly believe it.
Yes, and it starts with us.
I completely agree.
If we want things to be different, it's about, we need to start with ourselves. And you're right, it's not this easy process, but it's a continual process. And look what's happened.
It never stops. It never stops. But I think that's, once you get past the whole, it's almost like having uncomfortable conversations. If I think of it and put my human resources hat on.
Yes.
When you're having an uncomfortable conversation with someone or people, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah.
So the more time that you sit with yourself and your own uncomfortable feelings on whatever it is you're trying to work through, I'm not saying it gets super easy, but it certainly gets more easeful.
Yes.
And the process is quicker each time when you sit with your feelings.
Yeah. And one thing
anyway.
Yeah, same for me. And I think you probably have the same belief pattern, that we're here having a human experience, we're souls having a human experience, and life is a lesson. It's a series of lessons for us.
It is.
And when things happen in life, it's one of the things I ask myself is, what can I learn from this? How can I move through it? And why am I feeling these feelings of like not fucking good enough?
Not enoughness.
Where's that old pattern coming from? But what can I learn? What can I take away from this? What do I need to know? And it's almost like, the metaphor of the onion and peeling back the layers. That for me is very true, because we kind of get one layer and then it's like, fuck, now there's more that we gotta.
You're like, God damn it. I thought I got through that. It is, you're so right though. Actually, someone said, I can't remember who it was the other day, and they were talking about like the metaphor of the onion, but he was saying, I can't even remember who it was. I have to Google search it after, because it was very clever.
Yeah.
It was almost like we peel back the layers of the onion, but what are you left with? And it makes you cry and it stinks along the way.
Yeah.
But what if we all start as a particular light, and as your life goes on, you're actually putting on the layers.
Yeah, love.
And he was utilizing the metaphor of paper mache. So you know, when you were a kid and you made a balloon, you paper mache'd it. Anyway, he was saying the same thing about a light. So that when you start unpeeling those layers of the paper mache, you're left with the shining light.
Oh, love it.
At the core.
Love. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I know.
That. Love it.
Yeah. And I was also thinking because that onion layer, it's an old,
but I use it all the time. Yeah.
I love the one about the lotus, and I've got a little lotus here.
Oh, I love that.
The gorgeous little lotus, how beautiful it is. It needs to grow in swampy, muddy, murky stuff for it to be beautiful. And for me, that's almost a metaphor of the beauty comes from, that what we kind of term some of that murkiness. That
I was going to say the shit.
Shit, yeah. Actually, we were going through and just really quickly, we had some shitty financial stuff happening. Feels like 100 years ago now, but somebody said to me, Catherine, when you're going through shit, just keep going. Don't get stuck in shit. And that has just been this really visual, like, don't get stuck in the crappy stuff.
Yeah.
Do whatever, it doesn't matter how big or how small it is, do something to move forward.
Oh, I love that, because so one thing that that has worked really well for me, and maybe it will for some of your listeners as well, is you don't need to see the path 5,000 meters ahead.
Yeah.
You might know that it's going to be okay. You might have that knowing. You might not know that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But taking one step in the direction of where you think you want to head, and for what feels right for you, in a knowing, intuitive, grounded way, then you will get to the next place. It may not be your forever place. It might just be your next stepping stone over the shit.
Yeah. Do you know, I love that too. I love that. And in because the timer's doing a little bit of a flick at me.
It's like we need to stop talking.
But I'm going to just ignore
you
that. Yeah, it's just like, I'll ignore the timer for a minute. What does the future Sophie look like? What's future Sophie? What's ahead?
Goodness. So we're moving to Cairns, actually.
Oh, so you're in South Australia. We didn't even do all that stuff. So people
no, we didn't even do all that.
We'll have all the details in the show notes. But you're in South Australia. You're in Adelaide at the moment.
Yes, we're in the Adelaide Hills. Yeah, but we're moving to Cairns. So so huge life change for us coming up. And when you talk about that whole stepping into your power, stepping into who you truly are, the making the changes in your life that feel uncomfortable or you don't know where they're going to lead are often the most exciting and the best ones that you could possibly do. So we literally had no plan. We sold our house at the beginning of the year, moving to Cairns, no plan.
Oh my gosh.
My husband's got a job. I can still work remotely, thank the Lord for my job. Cool. So for me, there's just going to be more mindfulness. I'm putting out a program on Insight Timer, actually, which will be on heart-centered leadership.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So just a change of lifestyle for us to the tropics.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? That just sounds absolutely beautiful. What I was going to say is that you do work in the corporate space as well. You do a lot of that heart-centered leadership. You do some beautiful women's, circles and workshops. And when are you going to Cairns? When are you moving? I'm just wondering,
we are moving.
In South Australia or Cairns? Yeah, or both.
Probably Both. No, I'm only because I can't get enough of you, let's be honest. No, we will be moving in December. So we're here for another 5 or 6 months,
awesome.
the children and I.
Yeah.
So come in spring when it's beautiful, beautiful weather, or come up to Cairns, and I'll be doing some circles and workshops up there, because Rihanna, who I'm doing the women's circle with here, she's actually going to come and do some up there with me. And my Reiki healer shaman, she's going to come up and do some retreats up there as well. So
oh my gosh, we will keep absolutely. So where do our listeners find you? Where do they find you?
On Instagram. So my business is Meta Leaders. So loving kindness.
Yes.
Leaders, or leaders with loving kindness. So Instagram, and I'm on LinkedIn under my name. So Sophie Bretag on LinkedIn. And then my website is just metaleaders.com. So hunt me down.
Awesome. We'll have all the details for everybody as well. And I can't get enough of you. I'm really, thank you so much. And I could have, maybe we'll need to revisit this, because there are so many, just beautiful pearls of wisdom that have just organically unfolded through this conversation. This was
there was no script, was there?
This was not a scripted conversation. That is not my intention at all. And I'm just, I am just so in love with you. I'm just
lit up talking to you. I feel like I'm actually getting quite hot. I'm feeling like the energy, the excitement and the energy is just beautiful between us. So thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Beautiful. And isn't that beautiful that you're in Adelaide, I'm in Canberra, but that intimacy and that connection, energy goes way beyond the physical. And I think for people to, not underestimate the both the positive and the negative. We're emitting energy. We've connected in our little love bubble.
Love bubble
of
rainbow love
energy,
bubble.
Rainbow love bubble. Yeah. But you know what? It's equally, we can get trapped in that murky, negative, not love bubble. So I think my parting words would be for people just to be mindful of where they're at and what they're kind of emitting. But I'm loving this. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and hugs and oodles of happiness to you, gorgeous.
So much back to you, Katherine. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Mwah. Having a chat. But why bring that negative energy into your life when you can curate and filter out all the things that don't resonate with you? You can be super careful about your energetic boundaries, I believe, because that's how you stay more healthy.
I 100% agree. And I remember girlfriends said to me, they go, Katherine, you just live in this bloody bubble of bliss. And I went,
that's amazing.
I said, yes. And it's a really lovely place to be. And they said, but it's not real. I'm just going, fuck off.
It is for me. It's my reality.
And I do a lot.
Yes.
And you probably do this too. I do a lot of protection and clearing, because in the space that we're in, we're pretty vulnerable. We're pretty open, meeting a lot of people in just, through my training,
who've got trauma
I do a lot of protection, and I'm very deliberate about what energy I allow in.
Yes, it is. But it is so, do you know what, I don't think that, and this is what I say to my boys, because we've brought up our kids to be, well, I'm a bit of a wildling, but I'm letting them be absolute wildlings. They're barefoot all the time, they're climbing trees, they're in dirt, but I have said to them, one of the best things that you can possibly be in your life is kind. But to be kind, you need to make sure that you're hanging out with the right people who treat you kindly as well. Because if you're hanging out, if you're being kind constantly, which is what I've done that in my life. I've been an overgiver. You give, and then there's nothing left for you. So my boys they've been taught boundaries from basically from birth. If this doesn't feel good, don't do it. If you don't feel like doing it, you explain to me why you don't feel like doing it. If you don't want to hang out with a person, don't hang out with them, because energy doesn't lie. You can create the life that you want to. It's your choice. At the end of the day, you choose your reality, your life, who you hang out with, where you go, what you do. And I think we're not taught that.
What a beautiful gift for your kids. And for me, that embodies that motto of being the change that you want to see, that you're actually living that. And very for me, it's about that conscious living. I don't think I've always lived consciously. I've let life happen to me.
But I think we all do.
Yeah.
At times. Yeah. I think, you know, but the fact that you're even aware of that shows how aligned you are with your life that you are living now and who you are showing up as. The fact that you can see that.
Yes.
Because a lot of people wouldn't even be able to be aware of that.
No, that's true too.
They just in the life they do it, they get to old age and they die.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Like I love being in the space with people that are on that same journey and
me too
path. And because this isn't a conversation, it'll be the women that I'm interviewing. I don't know if you'll know.
I can't wait to listen to them all.
There's different elements. There'll be some that'll be quite mainstream. Well, not mainstream, but they won't be what we.
They won't be woo.
But that's okay. That's completely okay, and that's the beauty of it. Is
but I think that's the diversity of what you, because you work in corporate too, so you understand that not everybody's going to be where we are at, and there are other people where we're never going to be at. It's just where you are on your journey and the people that you gather along the way. And then you take what you need, you give what others need, you give what you need, and it's a beautiful exchange, you know?
Yeah, I love, man, oh man. But yes, I'm going to put that out to the universe too, Soph, because I think it will be something that will unfold, and the old version of me, and not too long ago, I would have been like, right, how do we make this happen?
No, I think just go flow, let it flow.
And unfold, and like I absolutely know that there will be something.
It just hasn't come up yet. It just hasn't come up yet. And I think I need to be more settled in our next phase of our life. And then I have this feeling that it's going to be something, I don't know, I'm feeling like rainforesty.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't know. I'm just getting the vibe. But anyway, that's just.
And that's exactly, I think that would just be the most beautiful.
Can you imagine a happiness and kindness retreat?
Yes, I can.
I really can.
That's what it's going to be. I reckon I've got I don't know about you. I've got goosebumps, and I've probably got when you get settled. That's where
there'll be something special.
It's not an immediate now thing, but I think that would be.
No, it's a future plan, but it's Anyway, we'll put it out. I'm going to meditate on that and just put it out.
Yeah. Oh, that's just.
I just love being with you. Seriously, honestly though, like if we did do that, I don't know if anyone else would get a they get a word in. They'd be like, "Are we doing this retreat for us?" And we'll be like, "No, it's actually for us. It's all about us."
And
right
you can
now.
just sit.
So just soak in the rainbow.
Yeah, they can just be in the
bask in the rainbow and the color and the glitter.
Do you know what I would think? What I'm putting out to the universe is attracting people that would love to be in that space, because I think the energy of, I think, and this is something that I've probably not really owning yet, we make a difference in the world, Soph. We just by showing up, and not to say that other people don't, because other people absolutely do.
No, but we do in our own way.
But we absolutely make a difference. And I think people being in our space get that vibe by being in our space.
Do you know, it's really hard when you say that and you actually verbalize it. I love that, because it is so hard. Speaking of owning your space and you know, stepping into who you are and being unapologetically yourself and authentic, there's something still scary about saying, you know what I do or what we do is freaking amazing. We share joy, happiness and kindness through the world. And who doesn't want more of that? I mean, I do. And I know people would say it to you all the time, I'm sure. I love being around you because your heart is so open and generous and kind. People want to be around it. It's magnetic. It magnetizes people.
What I'm learning is that's the gift that we've been given. And I think it is that it is do I need to see that for myself? I think part of
maybe.
it, yes, maybe.
Yeah, it's a validation thing.
It's a validation, but I think it is a gift that has been given, and not to deny.
Yeah.
What I've done is I've denied, and I've really played it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop it. Yes, it is exactly that, because you just go, oh, I'm not that special.
Yeah.
Everybody does this, don't they? And then when people go, no, they don't, you go, what? Because it's just your natural state of being.
Yes. Yeah.
So you don't see that it as anything special.
No.
Or particularly different.
No.
But it is.
Yeah.
So when I see your posts, when I see your words, when I see your beautiful smile, it's not just human form. It's, as you say, the energy leaps out and grabs me. Yeah. And I want to be with you. I want to be around you. I want to share in what you're living.
Yes.
You know, it's wholesome and hearty and beautiful and shiny and bright and fun. You know, who doesn't want that? Yeah. Especially after COVID.
Yeah, I'm going to, because that's exactly like you said at the beginning of the interview, when I shared about you, when you say those words, that's what I see mirrored back in you. And it's about, I think, when we think about what is that thing that we could do, maybe we need to watch this recording and remind ourselves that
maybe, because you know, nothing's ever random.
No way. No way. And the connection that I feel with you, that's a deep connection. Yeah. That's a deep, it's not I have to be in your pocket connection, but it's a deep.
No, it's not a creepy way, like I'm going to hunt you down and I will find you kind of creepy. You know, because like often I do that because I get excited when I do meet someone like you and I go, oh, you're so amazing. Like I totally need to be around you. And then I say, don't worry, I'm not a creepy stalker. I promise. I promise. I'm really fun. But, you know, there is that, I want more.
Yeah. And
there's no other way to say it.
Definitely been together at some point. And that, to me, you know, I don't even need to know what that is, but I just know that we have come together for some purpose. There has been some reunification, reconnection.
To be the change. To model the change. You know, this is what life can be. Fuck, we're amazing. Look at us. And we're modest.
Actually, this part of the video won't be gone. This is just you and me.
No, that's fine. I don't really care. You know, I'm at that point now where I've put my voice on Insight Timer, so I'm just like, I'm out there now. Like there is literally nothing.
That is so cool.
You know, budge away. If people want to say whatever about whatever, all the best. Not my business. Yeah. So I love being around women who support other women as well. Like there is something super special about, and I think this is why, I know, and I feel so deeply about the feminine, the feminine trait of traditional feminine trait of kindness, why I feel so deeply passionate about it in workplaces and in life, because I think we have ignored the power of the feminine. Especially in business. It has been squished down, stamped down. Don't show up, you know, don't be loud, don't be emotional, don't cry. If you speak out, you're a bitch. If you show up in whatever you want to show up in, oh, you're a bit odd, why are you not wearing a suit? Or, you know, it took a lot. You know what, actually, it's really interesting because my hair's naturally curly. Not today, I've had it straightened, but my hair is really curly. When I went to work with my curly hair for the first time, that was one of the most scariest moments of my life. And that sounds so silly, but it was almost like I was truly stepping into an authentic version of myself wholeheartedly. And it sounds so silly. Yeah. And you've got beautiful hair. I mean, it's beautiful.
What? For you, your curly hair, maybe it was 4 years ago, stopped colouring my hair. And that was what that represented to me, was going back to the authentic. It was about, because when we talk about, I don't know if you know much about psychosomatics, the body telling a story. And
no, I don't. Tell me more.
Hair is about memories as well. It can
really?
Memories. So what I did is I just went back to that authentic, got all the colour out of my hair, and then I shaved.
And it looks amazing. Not many people could do what you've done. Oh, no, seriously, honestly, because no, not many people could rock a hairdo like you. It's because it's awesome. It's like
that represents the authenticity. And even sometimes when I go online, I just think, oh my God, I look like a fucking scarecrow.
No, you don't.
It's, do you know what? I don't bother. It's not about being that polished. Oh, I've got to have every hair in place. It's like, you know what? This is.
Do you think that's a getting older thing? Do you think that's a getting older thing, or do you think, yeah? Because I certainly feel when I hit 40, I kind of went, I don't give a shit what people think anymore.
Yeah.
I give a little bit of a shit. I certainly don't give much of a shit.
Yeah.
Because I am what I am.
Yeah. It's taken me a bit. I'm 56 now, and I reckon I started feeling really good at 40 about who I was. And I think 40 is that turn, you know, when you talk about women and, you know, when you say about the process, when we were talking before about the process of becoming more authentic, I think 40 is that game-changing age where you go, I've had my kids. Yeah. I was who I was before my kids. Yeah. I was the person who had my kids or didn't have kids, whatever you've done. But you kind of hit that 40 mark and you go, right, I've got probably 40 years of the rest of my life. Or 60.
Or yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go with less of being mobile and maybe compass mentis. I'll probably be wandering around going, I don't know who I am anymore, but I'm amazing. Yeah. What do you want from your life for the rest of it, for that second phase of your life?
Yeah.
And 40 hits that mark, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm just going to look up. 4's I love the number 4.
Isn't that interesting because 8's my number?
Is it? And 16 is my power number because that's 4 by 4. So the number 40 is practical and conscious. I don't know much about numerology.
I love that you're following the breadcrumbs though, because that's what I do. I go down the rabbit hole. I'm like, oh, that's piqued my interest. I need to know what that's about.
Oh, look, the numerology essence of the number 40 resonates with dignity and a sense of worthiness. It's dependable and patient, yet persistence. It's methodical. It achieves goals.
Yeah.
40 has attention on building on ever more secure foundations. So it's almost like we've built this foundation, and then 40, for me, it's almost like that, almost this centered, grounded.
It's the pivot point.
Pivot point, love it.
Yeah. I really feel like that's been a pivotal age for me. You know, I got to 40 and went, oh my God, I was really scared about turning 40, and then I turned it and I went, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. Me too. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna let you go.
Love. And I
love you. Thank you for chatting.